What are you dreaming about these days, shortly after Christmas, starting from 21st of December in the time of transition and astrological changes, powerful planets? How your dreams are influencing your reality and those around you, your environment. Does it influence anyone or not? So, these questions I am getting from some of you. And for those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Joanna, and this is about supernatural dreaming and common sense, staying in the middle ground between our great imagination and what's happening around us. So, today is shortly about the dreams and how our dreams influence our life and those around us. Um, it may happen, and you can check that you dream for other people, and whether you heal them in the dreams or teaching them something, direct them, and then when you talk with them the next day, you actually you can draw a conclusion. Was it a meaningful or not? Did it happen in your life? So if you healed someone, I had plenty of those dreams that I was helping something with the case, and the next morning when I called, someone was indeed going for something and miraculously found a solution to something. So I had, okay, that could be synchronicity, that could not, maybe that is not exactly coincidence. Sometimes it also happened that when you dream, you have interesting discussion with somebody, and somebody tells you things and you hear it for the first time, you remember everything, and the next day somebody calls you, this person I mean calls you, and tells you that everything that you already know from that dream. So um, I like this kind of dreams. I must admit it's fun. So I'm curious, are you dreaming about? If you're feeling like sharing, it's not too private, please do so, because sometimes we collect the puzzles, and as far as we can go and check our environment, loved ones, friends, family, that we may influence, or we read something in the collective consciousness, subconscious, collective subconscious, something is going on. We cannot check that with everyone. And some of you, as you wrote, dreams about celebrities, and you cannot check that. Some of you dreamt, that was long time ago, but you told me about this dream recently about Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and what exactly is happening with their marriage. And this girl wasn't really even fan of Brad Pitt, and wasn't even watching movies, but suddenly she got that dream. So that was pretty interesting. And then a few months later, they were having some issues and so on. So you may observe your reality and see that something may indeed be connected to that, and you may also wonder how, why am I dreaming that? Is it my thing I'm going through, something I need to learn, or something I need to pay more attention to? Usually it's not only individual, or it's not only collective, it's a mixture of that all, because if that wouldn't be your subject, maybe your topic you like to inquire about it, you would not have that dream. So I recently dreamt about Bill Gates, so that was my second dream, and peculiar, as much as peculiar as the first one. If you heard about the next one from my videos, you can listen to that video from the playlist. You can find it, but I shortly just mentioned it was about, he was explaining me, showing me a big screen, how things are necessary considering the humanity. He was very convincing, sounded very well. I was very impressed. And the dream recently was about the world situation and, of course, vaccinations, what's happening now. And we had very hot discussion. He was sitting to my left to the table, and we were. It felt like I was negotiating with him, asking him thousands of questions. I really was interested to know, and I wanted to get to the core how he thinks, what he believes in, and how he comes to the certain conclusions in his life. So that hot discussion was interrupted by his son um, running and probably playing with the dog around the table. I don't remember quite. But the next day, I had a phone call, and someone from you told me that dreamt about the son of Bill Gates. So you see, that's just could be my personal thing, individual thing about loving to negotiate and being fascinated in human nature and how things are, how everything is connected. But it also could be something considering collective and what's happening, and maybe society's questions about things that are going on currently, because obviously someone else dreamt similar thing to mine, just on a different level and about somebody else from a different perspective. um, Thank you very, very much for advising me on other media I could use, the Rumble and BitChute. And I'm doing my research, but at the same time, I was on so many websites and so many social media accounts, and I do not have so much time anymore to spend on it. And I also would like to focus on my other work. But before you sign to any of it, please do your research carefully. So some of you advise, oh, because there is not censorship on Rumble, and I don't know what your content is about for those who are creators and maybe talk about yeah, whatever your topic is, and you don't you want to have freedom of speech. And I think mostly that is possible on all these sides. But if you think Rumble is free of censorship, several different sites are showing otherwise. Sure, some say there is such a misinformation currently on different sites that you probably will find opposite information about the same website. I know the BitChute is loading very long time, so I'm not going to use that one. And another one was Vimeo. Someone was recommending me, and as much as it sounds, it has a great display and it's likable. Some of you also are afraid that Google crashed, and what is the alternative to Google? So Vimeo is owned by Google, as far as I know, and Google is owning lots of companies, thousands of companies. And I did recently also a little bit of the research considering the corporation and the how it all works, considering how people are actually making money, or how it all functions. Because if you are on the website, this company is probably owned by other company, and that company owns several companies, and they also belong somewhere else. So this is the real corporation, not like Amazon, for example. I may make this mistake before saying that Amazon is a corporation, and I was following the idea that big corporations are paying whether less taxes or they avoid it somehow. Um, but the funny part is, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, because some of you know I'm an author with pretty wild imagination. But it looks like a pyramid. It looks like a scamming. So if you ask me this question, so how do I make money? How I have money? What kind of work do I have to be rich? And if you study how these companies function, how those corporations function, they just make money on owning other companies that are paying, because they are investing. And as far as we know, nobody invests in something for nothing. People are investing in other businesses to get a profit. So obviously, one company belongs to another, and so on. It depends who was the investor and what was the contract. So I would be very, very careful uh, with your research. If you have to decide what platform you are going to choose, for you as a creator, it doesn't make a big difference probably. But before you are spreading your before you are going to spread your energy between different channels, um, weigh it also. How much time do you have? How much time can you really spend on one channel? Because frankly, as much as I was on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I really don't have time anymore to be there. So also differentiate and really weigh it. How much time do you want to spend, and how much time is possible for you to spend without compromising your health and your other activities. Um, we are going to have a new year, and there is this last thing I'm going to end with. Be very cautious, careful about what you are wishing for and how you are stating your wish. And this is also about the money thing. Sure, you write me, so how do I state that I'm prosperous, I'm wealthy, and so on, and some just wish for getting a new job. So are you really want a new job, or are you want to make an income? If you want to make an income, do you want to have money or make money? That's a big difference. So before you state, have a bigger vision, go back and forth in your imagination. What are you really wishing for? Because perhaps you are wishing to have a certain style of life. And if you are just narrow yourself down to just one thing, getting a job, it doesn't mean you are going to make money, because a lot of people work hard and make a little money from it. So make sure you state it right and write it down and analyze your wish carefully before you make it, before you are going to wish yourself the best for the new year. um, I am wishing you definitely what your soul and you can benefit from, without harm to anybody else. I hope that sounds good. That sounds good enough. And the clarity in mind, and focusing on priorities, and be not dispersed to too many things in life, and follow your path that is the best for you and for the essence of you. Whether you call it soul or whatever you believe in, that's secondary. But something that is wise within you, that is this higher intelligence within you that wants to accomplish certain things while you are here on earth. So that's my wish for you. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm looking forward to read your dreams and how you impact your environment, your family, maybe loved ones, and your own life by dreaming what you're dreaming about. So where are you walking at nights? Stay well, and seeing you the next time, talking to you next time, and hearing from you more. Thank you very much for your inspiring words and emails.